We're going to talk about the 5 main chemical reactions and the 4 main changes of energy in the chemical reactions.
Five main types of chemical reactions are synthesis, decomposition, single replacement, double replacement, and combustion.
In this reaction, we took a piece of magnesium metal over the flame. Light was produced, and the product of this reaction was magnesium oxide. In this reaction, we combined lead nitrate and potassium iodine solutions, and both of them were clear. On the final solution, a yellow precipitation appeared. The remaining solution was an ionic solution. In this reaction, the magnesium metal is placed in the hydrochloric acid. Then, the solution begins to bubble. In this reaction, we pour ethanol into a gas jar. After that, we place a match close to the fume. Fire, heat, and sound were produced. In this reaction, citric acid and sodium bicarbonate react, and a temperature change will be observed. In this reaction, hydrogen peroxide in the presence of a catalyst, that is potassium iodine break down into water vapor and oxygen gas. In this reaction, copper is placed in a solution of silver nitrate. After a minute, copper begins to change of color, and there is a new substance forming.
Exothermic is when the temperature is increasing and it releases heat. This means it gets hotter. And endothermic is when the temperature is decreasing and it absorbs heat, so it gets colder. We also have endergonic and exergonic. Endergonic is about when the energy is absorbed, and exergonic is the opposite, so when it releases energy.
Synthesis is a reaction in which two or more simple substances combine to form a more complex product. The reactants may be elements or compounds. Decomposition is the opposite of synthesis, in which the compound is broken down into elements or two different compounds. Where an element reacts with a compound and takes the place of another element in that compound. This type of reaction is typically pictured like this. Here A replaces B in the compound BC. Double replacement reaction or metathesis is a type of chemical reaction where two compounds react, and the positive ions, cation, and the negative ions, anion, of the two reactants switch places from two new compounds or product. Combustion is a chemical process in which fuel reacts with an oxidant to produce heat. The release of heat can produce light in the form of flame. A car engine and a rocket engine both work by combustion.
To balance chemical equations. To balance chemical equations, first we need to know why we need to balance. The law of conservation of matter states that whatever you start with, you have to end up with. So you have to have the same number of sulfurs and fluorines than the products. So now let's start using our flowchart to solve this equation, to balance it. First, you need to count up the atoms in each side. Here you have 8, and here you have 1 sulfur. Here you have 2 fluorines, and here you have 6 fluorines. So now let's choose one element. First, sulfur. So you have to place an 8 in front of sulfur to balance sulfurs. But remember, coefficients affect both elements. So now we have to change up the atoms you find in this side. So 8 times 6, 48. But now you have to find a number that multiplied by 2 equals 48. That number is 24. Once you have solved all the elements in both sides, but always remember, leave hydrogen and oxygen for last, but in this equation we don't have them. So now we have to double check that we have the same number of atoms in both sides. We have 8 sulfurs and 8 sulfurs. We have 24 times 2, 48 fluorines and 48 fluorines. So this equation is balanced.